What's up, you guys? The team and I just got back from Joshua Tree. We spent the weekend over there and the car's extremely dirty. We're gonna show you how to clean this up, how to take out mud, debris, caked on dirt from the vehicle. Stay tuned. If I were able to pick one person to help me out with this detail, you know who I'd pick out of everyone? 𝗵𝗃𝗿𝗃𝗵𝗶. As always, we gotta start off with the wheels. Why? Because there's a lot of intricate areas and they're much harder to clean than regular body panels. So, a few things I wanna keep in mind is that my undercarriage is dirty, I have pretty stubby tires, and the finish on my wheel is matte. So what are we gonna use? We're gonna be using 𝗹𝗶𝗿𝗀𝗍 here, tire extract, tire and rubber cleaner for my tires, and a little bit for my fender liners as well. So let's get to it. So to start off, I'm gonna be using my total extract tire and rubber cleaner. Why? Because I want this thing to dwell on to my tire. This way I know I'm getting that perfect finish when I'm cleaning everything else. So simply just grab my bottle and just spray the surface. Spray my fender liner as well. As you guys can see, the foam is already turning brown. That's how quickly total extract works on your tires. It's lifting everything from the surface, giving you that nice clean. Moving on to my rim, I know I have a matte finish on here, so I'm gonna be using my Mr. Sprayer foamer with an ounce of 𝗹𝗶𝗿𝗍 in here. Simply just pump it. Aim and spray. It's that simple. So now that I have everything foamed up, it's time to get my tools and just start scrubbing. I want to start off with one of my barrel brushes. This way I'm getting everything from my barrel, moving on to the face, moving on to the tire. The last thing I want to do when I'm washing my wheels is do the tire last. Simple. So get into my barrel and just go side to side. Cleaning matte wheels is essentially the same way as cleaning any other wheel. The only thing is that you want to use the right soap for them. You don't want to mess up that finish. You don't want to add any gloss enhancements. Why? Because it's matte for a reason. You want that nice, subtle, sleek, clean look. So 𝗹𝗶𝗿𝗍 allows me to do that. Pro tip, you guys, I know I need a little bit more product from my bucket, but instead of contaminating my bucket, what you want to do is get your water source and just clean out your tools before dipping them back in there. This way we're not cross-contaminating. So I'm gonna put this away and start on the face of the wheel. I'm gonna be doing that with my 𝗁𝗃𝗍𝗃 flag tip brush and just scrub the surface. Simple. There's more intricate areas that I need to clean. That's why I'm gonna be using my boar's hair brush. But before I do that, I just wanna apply more foam. This way I'm getting more lather, meaning I'm cleaning a lot more than I would without it. Just get my boar's hair brush and clean things like the lug nuts, center cap, anywhere really where my flag tip brush couldn't really get to. That's why it's crucial to have one of these, because these could be used for anything. It could be used for interior, exterior pieces, like components such as grills, wheels, as you're seeing right now. These are key to detailing, you guys. So now I just get one of my nifty brushes. I need something strong, something sturdy to clean these nubby tires, and this is the right brush to get the job done. Just want to spray a little bit more onto my brush. A little bit more onto the tire wouldn't hurt either. And just begin scrubbing. As you're scrubbing your tire, as you're cleaning your tire, you guys, this is what you guys want to see. You guys want to see that foam. Look at the difference between the foam on the tire and the foam on the wheel. This is a lot wider. This means our surface is clean. As of right now, it's pretty dirty. Once I'm done cleaning all of my wheel, I just like coming around with my flag tip brush once again and just giving the undercarriage a nice scrub, something light. Once we're done, just rinse off the surface. One thing I like to do, you guys, after I'm done, I just like double checking my work. The way I'm gonna do that is like I was saying earlier, if the foam is turning brown, it's dirty. So I just wanna foam it one more time, look at my foam, how it's turning. That way I know if my tire is still dirty or it's finally clean before I move on. And look at that difference, you guys. Look at now when I scrub my tires, how my foam stays white. It's not that dark chocolatey color anymore. That means my surface is clean. I can finally just rinse this off and move on to the next one. And just like that, we just finished cleaning every single wheel on this truck. They look extremely different. They look extremely better, as I like to say. But now it's time to clean the rest of the truck, and we're gonna be using our 𝗃𝗏𝗿𝗃 to be achieving that goal. Obviously, I'm using my ProFlow connect with my 𝘁𝗵𝗶𝗀. I'm gonna be using my 𝘃𝗏𝗍 foam cannon, but before I get into the foaming process, I gotta rinse off every single inch and crevice of this van because there's a lot of loose debris on here. The last thing we want is to begin the wash process with that on the surface for us to be scratching. That's the last thing we want. So we're gonna rinse this, then foam, then get to scrubbing. Stay tuned, you guys. The results are gonna be crazy. If I were able to pick one person to help me out with this detail, you know who I'd pick out of everyone? 𝗵𝗃𝗿𝗃𝗵𝗍𝗃. Now it's time to move on to my favorite part of the wash process, the foaming part. I'm gonna foam everything from the top to the bottom with my 𝗃𝗏𝗍 foam cannon and my 𝘁𝗵𝗍𝗍 with the help of our ProFlow. Now, I'm using 3 ounces of 𝗃𝗏𝗿𝗃. I honestly put 4. We always recommend 3, but I put 4 because you guys seen how dirty this was. And a little more doesn't hurt. So, let me foam this, let's scrub this so we can show you the results, you guys. It's gonna look crazy, watch. Pro tip, you guys, I'm blessed enough right now to not have the sun beating down on my neck. So I have the liberty of foaming all this side at once. For those of you guys that are probably washing your mobile home, your RV, or whatever it is that's about the size of this thing at home in direct sunlight, wash it by sections. What I mean by that, foam half of this side, scrub that down, rinse it off, then move on to the other side, foam that down, repeat that same process. This way you're reducing water spots and you're having a good time washing your vehicle with ease as well. So now I'm just gonna get my Chanel wash mitt, super soft to touch. You guys already know, you guys are familiar. I'm just gonna scrub in linear motions. What I mean, just drag it along the surface. Come back around and do the same thing. Now that I finished using this side, just flip it onto your other side. It has 2 sides, remember that, you guys. Use your wash mitt to its full potential and repeat the process. Move in linear motions. This way we're not causing that spider webbing onto the paintwork. Wring it out, go back to your wash bucket and just repeat the process. So for those harder to reach areas, you guys, obviously I'm not 7 feet. I'm not no 𝗵𝗃𝗿𝗃𝗿𝗃. I'm using my wash mop. It's a simple tool that allows me to get to those harder to reach areas, such as here, with ease. Look at that, you guys. With ease. Now I don't have to tippy toe when I'm washing. I can simply just use my wash mop. What I do like about my wash mop is that it can fit just anywhere. Just look how easy it is to fit behind these grooves on these intricate areas. And keep in mind, the wash mop is made out of the same thing your Chanel wash mitt is made out of. Look at these nice microfiber noodles. Now that we got everything scrubbed down from all the way from the top to all the way to the bottom, wheels, undercarriage, you name it, you've seen it. It's time to just rinse this off, dry it off, and touch up some trim. And now to finish off the wash process, now we just grab our Megalodon and dry the whole surface. One Megalodon could do this all, and I'm gonna show you right now. One thing I do love about using the Megalodon, you guys, sorry, I know I'm not 6 feet tall. One thing I do like about the Megalodon is that it leaves no streaks when using it on the glass. As you can see, this glass has no protection. It's full of water right now. As I just come around, glide it against the surface, streak-free finish, crystal clear glass, no water spots. That's what we all want. Just like that, we finished with the wash process. It looks so good, but I know we could take this up a notch, and we're gonna do that by touching up some trim, tires, and glass. And I'm gonna be using tire and trim gel. Why? Because to me, this is the best oil-based dressing. This way, I'm ensuring a deep black look on my trim, especially when they're really dull like this. Not only that, but it's gonna last me a good amount of time. So simple to use too. Apply a little bit on your microfiber applicator. Start by small bunches. Don't over apply the product. Why? Because the last thing I want is for slinging to occur. So just go little by little. Prime your pad as well. This is good because this way, say you're in the beginning process of applying any dressing onto your applicator, it's gonna just absorb it. It's gonna absorb it. Why? Because it's microfiber, and that's what microfiber properties like to do. They like to absorb. So by you putting a nice base at first, you're basically filling all those little holes of the microfiber. Now when you come around with a little bit of product, not even a lot, you're good to go. That sting on top of the surface, meaning it's gonna bond a lot better on your plastics. Blotch it out, work in sections, and just apply. Try to stay uniform. You don't want to miss any spots. It's just gonna ruin the look of your trim. Just look at that. Tell me that doesn't look good. Let me do this to all the trims so I can show you the difference and how much it enhances the look of your vehicle if you have trims like this. Before, after. Check this out, you guys. I have a latex glove on me. So what does that mean? If I have any oil, you'll see it shine. This is an oil-based product, and I want to show you, once I glide my fingers across, look at that, no shine. That means when applied correctly, when applied in small batches, in small amounts, you're not gonna get any sling, and all you have to do is just not over-apply the product. So simple. That way, you get a no greasy finish. So now we got all the trim restored, something still lacking, something still missing, and it's the tires. Yes, they're super clean, but they are also super dry. At the same time we were taking out all that gunked up debris, we're also taking off existing dressings that were applied prior to the cleaning process. So 𝗀𝗏𝗿𝗃 RS is gonna help us do that. I want something that's gonna be quick to apply, something nice, and something that's gonna look really wet. Tire 𝗀𝗏𝗿𝗃. So give it a nice shake and just apply. You kind of always want to do sweeping motions. This way you're not over applying to one section, keeping everything nice and uniform. The reason why I like using, and I recommend you use an aerosol can, especially when it comes to off-roading tires, there's a lot of cracks and crevices on the display of the tire, and this does a perfect job on getting in between every single one of them. 𝗀𝗏𝗿𝗃 RS. And just to end the wash, we've done every single thing, but we can't leave out the windows because those are the make or break of your car wash. So we're gonna be doing this, we're gonna be using our glass only, pairing it with our clean stroke. This is the most epic duel when achieving that crystal clear glass finish. So all you gotta do is just get your glass only, shake the bottle, and just spray. You'll see why. I could tell this windshield was caked up with I don't know what. There's a lot of gunk on there. Disgusting if you ask me. So, just get some. I'm actually gonna apply some on my towel as well, just to give me more cleaning power. And just clean your surface, honestly. Move in straight lines, as you would on your paint work. And the cool thing about the clean stroke is that it's dual action. What I mean by that, there's two sides. You have your twisted loop towel that does a great job on absorbing everything, and you also have your waffle weave side to just give you that no streak finish, which is great when cleaning windows. That way, visibility is easy to achieve. It's also great on mirrors too. If you just apply a little, because a little goes a long way. Look at that, I can now see myself. This is what I mean was all over the windshield. Just look at this. Dirty, disgusting. And go crazy. Just clean the surface. For those of you guys that always have a hard time on achieving streak-free glass, I'm telling you, this is the perfect combo. You get your glass only, you get your clean stroke towel, and trust me, clean glass windows have never been so easy to achieve. So we just finished cleaning the exterior, the interior, everything, and now it's time for that cherry on top. That's that period after the sentence, cue in your 𝘃𝗵𝗿𝗄𝗃 hanging air freshener. Now this is a great touch just to complete the overall car wash experience. Your favorite air freshener, what's your favorite? Let me know down in the comments below. As always, if you like any of these products used in today's video, be sure to visit 𝘃𝗵𝗿𝗏.com or your local detail garage. Be sure to find that. As always, I'm Alex. I hope you enjoyed this video. See you guys on the next one.